Hi everybody, Ray Harwood here from Good Clicks. I've been doing a lot with Zoom. I'm very active in the Zoom community, helping people with their questions. I'm pretty active in a variety of Zoom related groups. And I think perhaps I read the Zoom documents a little more than the average person, maybe a lot more. I certainly go to the Zoom documents whenever I'm answering a question in the Zoom community where I'm pretty sure I know the answer, but I want to make sure that I get the details right so that I don't confuse anybody. And very often I will include in my answers a link to the source document that the people who've asked the question can actually go to in case they don't believe me or they want to read some more. Now, I've also been pretty active with Zoom events lately. Now, I've had a Zoom events license since it first went into general availability way back in October of 2021. If you can imagine, it's been generally available now over a year and a half, and the product really has come a long way. I'm starting to work with a number of clients who also are using Zoom events, and in some of the resources that I'm kind of involved in, there are other people using Zoom events. And Denise Lahat's Facebook group, very popular place for people who are interested in Zoom events, and I'm pretty active there as well. One of the questions that has come up a little bit, not everybody has asked this, but several people have asked me, we've looked at the Zoom events roles document. And in there, it lists speakers and it lists alt hosts and it lists co-editors and those sorts of things. But it also lists panelist. And we know what a panelist is in relation to webinars. But what about the special role of panelist in a Zoom event? And where do I designate someone not as a speaker, but as a panelist? And I've thought about this and read about this for, I don't know, probably a couple of months now. And last night I found the answer. The answer is you can't do it. The panelist special role was deprecated in a release note that went out in June of 2022. That's basically 1 year ago. So the panelist role has been gone. The documentation still reflects the panelist role, and I've sent this little tidbit on to some of the people that I know in Zoom responsible for documentation. Hopefully they'll clear that up. The other place that you'll see it on occasion is if you are in the special roles tab of your event. If you go to filter which special roles you want to look at, panelist is in that list. And no matter what you do, you click panelist, no one will show up. Unless maybe you still have an event lying around that is pre-June of 2022. Probably not. So don't worry about panelists if you haven't seen it. If you have seen it and you've wondered about it, just console yourself that there are speakers, there are alt hosts. Those are the people that go into a webinar. There's not a specific role called panelist. Just make them a speaker and uncheck the speaker box, and they'll go in as a panelist, but not a speaker. I'm Ray Harwood with Good Clicks. Get in touch with me if you have any questions about Zoom events. If I don't know the answer, I'll certainly try my best, and I will talk to you again soon with some more information on Zoom events.